Comic Pod.
Quando começou esse trabalho de vocês três juntos, quem entrou em contato com o tempo? E por que dura tanto tempo esse
started our team.
How did we start to work as a team? You know, like.
Com o Geoff, você está com ele? Eu vou falando em português. Com o Geoff, eu comecei a trabalhar, a gente descobriu uns 12 anos atrás, fazendo Visão, série do Visão.
E eu era só o agente.
O Joe era meu agente.
E eu intermediava e traduzia todos os roteiros para ele.
Então a gente trabalha por 12 anos seguidos. No Lanterna Verde foram 6 anos, 5, 6 anos trabalhando juntos. Então é muito fácil a gente entender o trabalho do outro. Ele sabe o que eu vou fazer, eu sei o que ele quer dizer com as palavras. E o Joe entrou num momento de ajuda, quando a gente estava fazendo Blackest Night. O arte finalista era o Oclair, mas ele não estava dando conta do volume de trabalho. E o Joe começou a ajudar nesse processo.
E na época eu saí, eu estava desenhando o Warlord, né, o guerreiro. E aí eles me ofereceram fazer todos os designs dos Lanternas Negras do Blackest Night. Aí eu falei, vamos fazer, né? É bom. E ao mesmo tempo eu continuei sendo agente, não só do Ivan, só do pessoal que trabalhava na Arte Comics todo.
E isso acabou sendo um processo natural, porque quando a gente começou a trabalhar junto no Blackest Night, a gente já conversava tudo, a gente já sabia que a gente tinha os mesmos gostos o mesmo gosto artístico, as mesmas referências, gostava de coisas antigas, de coisas clássicas. E indo para o Fridays Day, isso só se firmou, a gente como um time de arte. E juntar o time, então foi a coisa mais fácil. Não foi algo planejado, foi acontecendo o processo de interação do time. E aí em Aquaman, a gente conseguiu consolidar o time no Aquaman quando a gente pôde trazer o Rodrigo para colorir. Principalmente porque a gente podia conversar com o Rodrigo também. Ao mesmo tempo que o processo de arte ia sendo produzido, o Rodrigo podia participar da criação e a gente podia trocar ideias sobre o que podia funcionar, o que não podia funcionar. E agora eu acho que o que mais funciona na gente como um time é o Geoff, quando escreve, ele imagina, ele sabe o que esperar do meu trabalho. E eu sei o que ele espera, eu sei o que ele pensa, então eu posso acrescentar na criação. O Joe sabe o que fazer com o meu desenho, então ele acrescenta em cima do meu trabalho. E o Rodriguinho sabe o que fazer com os nossos trabalhos, então ele acrescenta valor ao nosso trabalho. Então é um processo onde cada um acrescenta uma parte do que melhora o trabalho do outro. Cada um valoriza o trabalho do outro na medida que o processo vai acontecendo. Então eu acho que isso foi formando o time junto. Eu acho que vale. Oi?
Boa tarde, Murilo. You've been spearheading the DC universe creatively for the last 10 years, almost, right? And it's something that began in Identity Crisis, which you didn't write, but from there was a sequence of events that have been focused on your work, on Green Lantern, and you had
Infinite Crisis,
and Final Crisis, and
Grant Morrison did Final Crisis is Grant Morrison.
Yeah. But yes, there was also which brought in 52. And there was one sequence of events after another. Do you see this format ending? The public or the publishers putting out books that are more independent from the whole universe, or do you see that as the new status quo of publishing in superhero comics? One event leads to another, that leads to another, that leads to another.
I think you have, part of it's organic storytelling because you're on a monthly book. Right? I like long-form storytelling. We have Blackest Night plotted out when we started Green Lantern. So I like that, but it was never, it just grew into a bigger story because people really liked it, so it was going to be in Green Lantern, then they wanted its own book, so we did its own book. But I just tell the stories that I really like to tell. Aquaman was its own book, really. Yeah. We did you could read issue 1 through, the first year it stood alone.
Yeah.
The first year Justice League stood alone.
Yeah.
and then occasionally you have the cross. But like we had a whole year of, and same with Green Lantern. The first year of Green Lantern, totally alone, of the New 52, totally alone. So there's both. You know, I think you just remember the stuff that crosses over, and that's a little bit
maybe that's more
bigger.
Promoted by the publisher.
Maybe. I
Right?
mean, maybe. But like I find, like my run on Adventure Comics, one of my favorite things I've ever done. Very insulated book.
Yes, it started at JSA.
JSA, very insulated book. Hawkman was very insulated.
We
Flash.
talked a lot about Mara, but are we going to see Isis back?
We already we introduced her in the Black Adam one shot. Her secret identity. So yeah, she'll come back. But the idea, I think, or like one of the things I love about comic books is they're monthly stories. So I like that they're organic and they keep going because the book's going to keep going. One of my favorite endings I've written is the Green Lantern 20.
Yeah.
Because we did a big story and then I ended it for me, and the guys. It was great to have Joe and Ivan back for that. But you know, you have both. You have stories that connect, and then you also have. I mean, I had a whole year of the New 52 that didn't cross over, so you've got both.
When the crossover was already inbuilt in the writing, right?
The Aquaman and Justice League always was.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it felt like to make sure that we want to propel them coming from Aquaman to Justice League, but also raise up that story because it felt like
so big.
It was so big.
Yeah.
We wanted the Justice League to come in there, and it makes Aquaman for me cooler because he's the center of a Justice League story.
Yeah.
You know. So I like big stories. I like small stories and big stories. So I like doing stories where we blow everything up and the crime syndicate are ruling the world and Lex Luthor has to team up with Batman. It just feels big and really exciting. And they can draw. I mean, they can draw anything. So I work with, they can literally do anything. And I put them through hell. You know, like they draw, like how many characters in all these spreads? Like
I don't know.
Like Trinity War alone. You know, Trinity War alone had.
He has a stomach to count. I don't. I really
But
don't.
the problem is that when they do one spread and they show me they can do it, they can do this. So I do it again.
You start to like had a joke.
Yeah.
That spread. You say, Morris Merrier.
Yeah.
Morris Merrier.
Yeah, more is merrier.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the thing that Ivan and Joe bring to the work is they can do the big epic stuff and then the emotion, which I really love.
Yeah.
The emotionality of these characters, and you get really close on them. And you see the emotion on their face, so the contrast of that is, that's what I always strive for in my comics. I want them to feel very big and exciting, but also very personal and emotional.
Desde que a DC Entertainment foi fundada, várias mudanças estruturais estão acontecendo na DC.
Since entertainment began.
Que culminou nos Novos 52 e agora na mudança física da sede da DC.
That culminated on the New 52, and now all the editorial switching over to Burbank.
Queria saber o porquê dessas mudanças, né?
You want to know why it changes?
Principalmente mudança física, né? E como você avalia que isso vai melhorar, se isso vai ser visível para os leitores?
And how do you think that the change
Porque se espera que isso
contribute
mudança.
for a better,
I think it's going to be great to have everybody together. Like that's just the bottom line. It's going to be great to have everybody together in one location.
Entendeu?
Sim, relacionado a isso, vai existir uma integração maior entre o digital e o papel. As histórias que saem só no digital é digital first, né? E a história no papel vai existir uma integração maior.
Is there going to be any integration between the digital books? More integration between the digital books and the published book?
Well, they'll be working right next to each other.
Mas de universo, assim, de história.
That's a question for the